Hey guys, I'm Jake Palat, and today we're going to talk about what I think is one of the coolest parts in wakeboarding, the double up. So the double up is when you drive the boat in a circle to turn around and cross back over your wakes, and you can hit that as basically like a super kicker, creating a wake that's twice as big as normal, giving you that extra air time and extra time to do tricks that you've never done before. Or if you just want to float around and do some big grabs, that's a great option too. It's a cool change up for your normal wake-to-wake riding, and it's a really fun thing to have in your repertoire. So the first thing we'll touch on is driving a double up, because that's one of the most important parts of it. As you're driving a double up, you're going down the lake, and then when you get to the point that you want to do your double up, you're going to pre-turn either left or right, depending on which direction you want to hit your double up. So if you're trying to hit a left double up, meaning heel side with your right foot forward or toe side with your left foot forward, that's a left turn. You're going to pre-turn to the right, circle back around, cross back over your wakes in a left turn, and that's going to be a left double up. A right is when you pre-turn to the left and do a right hand turn, coming back down your line for a left foot forward heel side or right foot forward toe side double up. So the pre-turn and the angle of the turn are the most important parts of driving a double up. For your pre-turn, I usually recommend just less than a 90-degree angle for it. So if you're driving a left, you're going to pre-turn at just under 90 degrees to the right, so that when you circle back around, you can come straight back down the path that you were coming down to start with. After your pre-turn, you want to drive straight for a few seconds, giving your wakes time to straighten out, get even, and giving yourself time as you come around in the turn to line that up. The easiest thing for me is driving it like a square. So I'll do my pre-turn just under 90 degrees, then I'll do a 90-degree turn, drive for another few seconds, 90-degree turn for another few seconds, and then finish it off so I'm coming straight back down my previous line. The wider and more open of a circle you drive, the easier it's going to be for you to line up with those wakes for your rider to hit behind you. So giving yourself a nice big circle just makes it that much easier to drive, gives your boat time to settle back into the right speed, and makes the whole calculation that much easier. So the angle that you hit your wakes at is very important. An open circle means that you haven't closed it off as much, so you're hitting your wakes at an open angle, which makes the wakes mellower, giving it a little bit less kick. This is a good place to start if you're just getting started hitting double ups and don't want to get bucked too hard. If you're looking for a little bit of extra kick, you can overturn the circle a little bit, making those wakes super steep when they converge and giving you that straight up and down crazy pop that you see in a lot of double up events. The double up is very fluid, and every rider likes different things, so experiment with open circles, closing them, teeing them straight on up, and figure out what it is that you and your group like to do. Alright, so now that we have the basics of driving a double up covered, let's get into hitting a double up. This is challenging because it involves a lot of timing in addition to your normal wake jumps that you're used to doing. So timing a double up is going to be different for every individual, but the way I approach it is I take a nice wide cut outside of the wakes so that as we're finishing the circle, I can find the roller that I want to hit, and then I watch it all the way in to the convergent point. So normally I'll start my edge in, roughly when the boat gets to the roller that I want to hit. And what I'm doing is, since I'm out nice and wide, I have plenty of time on the way in. I lock my eyes on either the second or third roller, depending on the wake you're riding, and then just kind of cruise in. And then as you get closer to the wake, adjust my speed accordingly so that I get to it right at the peak and get the most out of that double up that I can. You usually want to hit the second or third roller. The reason is there's three main rollers that your boat puts out. The first one is going to be the mellowest, but if you hit that one, you have a chance at landing on the upslope of the third roller. So you really want to hit the second or third one. They'll be a little bit steeper and you'll be past the rollers when you land, so you don't have to worry about a super hard landing. The second roller is slightly steeper than the first one, but I usually find that it's the most manageable one to hit and the most consistent. The third roller is the one that you want to hit if you're really trying to go for it and get max air time. That one will punt you on almost any boat. You're just going to get a crazy release off the wake. But for getting started, I would say try to eye up that middle second roller, and that's going to be the one that you can hit the most consistently and get used to hitting a double up. So the key takeaways are: cut out nice and wide as your boat is finishing its turn, eye up the roller that you want to hit, and start your edge and follow that roller all the way in to that connection point. Don't let your eyes wander too much, and then standing up nice and tall in a really strong position against the boat all the way through the top of the wake. Because these double up rollers are steeper than your normal wake, it hits harder, so you really need to make sure you're in that strong defensive body position. That way you can get everything out of the roller and get that extra air time that you're looking for when hitting a double up. It's a ton of fun. I highly recommend it. Let me know your thoughts below. If it works out for you, or if you have any other questions, let me know. If these tips work for you and you're posting stuff on social media, tag me in your double up videos. I definitely want to see you guys getting connected on it. It's a ton of fun. I highly recommend trying this out if you haven't yet. And if you have, it's worth spending a little more time to get it dialed in, because that much more airtime is that much more fun. Hope you found this video helpful, and stay tuned for more.